Hello again, everybody. Hope you are well on this Friday afternoon. Before you know it, we're going to be in May, y'all. May. Can you believe that? I got several things to cover here as usual. I also have a terrific passage that I will share with you towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that one. I had a troll the other day say, complaining about saying that I had a clickbaity title. Now, apparently, a couple of things. And he admitted that he didn't watch the video, but he decided to make a comment and, troll comment. Now, I decided to play with this one for a minute. Sometimes I troll the trolls. And I challenged him. I said, well, you're missing the best part. You're not even watching the video. How are you going to comment? And, especially towards the end of the video is the best part. You're missing out. You're making the effort to comment, so you're helping out the channel, but you're not getting the benefit of it. And all he could do, he or she or it, I don't know, it might have been a robot for all I know, just kept repeating the same thing back to me. So, I had to dispatch them because, that's just what I do. But anyway, gave him a chance. But, the best part, there's good parts all throughout. And especially the comments. A lot of you guys make just awesome comments. So we'll learn a lot from that. We have several things going on. I have a question. Well, I have a lot of questions, but the first question, I was watching some podcasts today, and one was interesting. I don't know if I agree with it. It could be down the line a bit, but they were talking about the possibility of food riots or food. Well, the way they articulated it was food insecurity leading to civil disruption, civil disobedience, I guess you could say it, or civil unrest due to the rising food prices. I don't think that's too out of bounds. I think, if you look at things, especially over the last couple of years, the price of food just keeps going up. And it's not stopping, y'all. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. Bear with me. But first, y'all, I gotta go to also disruptions in our supply chain. That's something to think about as well. Real quick though, I have some questions. Like I always throw these things out here. Again, I have a question about why. Okay, my first one is, why are we still, and it appears that we are still sending our money to the UKR and the little Z-Man. Why is that still happening? We were told that was going to stop. It's still happening, apparently. I don't understand. Help me understand that. I've mentioned it before, the UFOs and the drones. The drones, we still don't know about it. We still don't know what that is. Now, I saw a little short video that was interesting that said the reason we're not getting disclosure on that is because many in the government, or many that have been investigating this, have come to the conclusion, whether they're believers or not, they have come to the conclusion that they realize that these are demonic. They're demonic. So they don't want to talk about it. That's kind of what a lot of us have been saying for a while, right? Anyway, nothing else from the government on this. Epstein file, the Epstein names and files. We don't really know the names of the Epstein thing yet. Never will, probably. Fort Knox, gold. What's the update on Fort Knox? Grocery prices have not come down. Food prices have not come down at all. Gasoline, depends on who you talk to. It has come down a little bit. Where we live, about 20 cents a gallon from what it was a month ago or so. So hopefully that is a continuing trend. A couple of other quick hits on news. I saw where a senior Russian military commander was taken out. I'll just put it that way, taken out in a car explosion in a Moscow suburb earlier today. That's interesting. It was tough to find anything else on that. Also, in a bit of good news, Hyundai is shifting part of their production, automotive production, to Montgomery, Alabama. This is where they're going to be making their one of the SUVs, the Hyundai Tucson. This will be made in Montgomery, Alabama, in response to the tariffs. That's good news. Hopefully, that's a continuing trend, y'all. They make some deals. We'll see. We'll see, and keep positive, and keep positive about it. And give it more time. A lot of people are just, all condemnation, but I think we gotta be balanced in this. Like, I'm calling out a lot of stuff here while ago, way I opened up the video, but I'm also seeing good things. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens and stay strong on it, y'all. We gotta stay strong on this, y'all. All right. I mean, we made it through the last 4 years, right? Heck, last 5-6 years. All right. Supply chain disruption and food riots. Now, I watched real quick. I watched a pretty interesting podcast talking about food, and it was talking about several things. A lot of it too was talking about how a lot of our food, especially in the grocery store and those middle aisles, especially, as we know, most of us know, are just pure poison, y'all. It's just horrible for you. The highly processed foods, especially anything in a box. I'm guilty. I get the bag of chips. I do, but I know Ms. Dog and I, we prepare a lot of our food on the weekends and then eat off it during the week because we both work full time during the week. Okay. But we're a lot better about it than we used to be as far as what we prepare and how we do it and all that. I think that's a big deal. I mean, if you look at a lot of the younger generation, and I see it too in my adventures and my work, and talking with people and in counseling and all this stuff, independent living skills. We teach a lot of stuff. Is that people, even older people, y'all, 20s and 30s, and this, they used to teach this in the school. Remember home economics? Used to teach things like this, but it's everything in the microwave. They buy everything in the frozen food section. You pop it in the microwave. It's done in 120 seconds, and you chow down. And that's really what they subsist on. That and the packaged foods. I think that's their meals. A bag of chips, and that's kind of how a lot of them were brought up that way. And it's just horrible. It's horrifying. It's horrible. So a lot of people just simply don't know how to cook, even the really basic stuff. They just don't know how. It's gathering the ingredients, and you can get some simple ingredients and make several meals. But they either don't know how, want to do it, or learn. And a lot of times they can learn and really start doing it, but I think in many cases they just weren't brought up doing this. It wasn't modeled for them. But I think things are going to have to change because of the food prices are going up so much, and they're still going up, and they're going to keep going up. With the tariffs and all, we could see an even bigger spike. A lot of, remember how the egg prices went way up there? That was a warning. I think that was a warning. They've come down some, but I think they're going to go up again. I really do. You hear also about all the, let's say the feather flu. We'll put it that way, the feathered flu, and how they did away with so many of the fowl. That's a warning too. Who was it? Kissinger said, "Control the food, you control the people." There's a lot of truth into that. So I think the lesson is and many of us do it, is learning how to of course, grow what we can, but also I think local backyard and local growing is going to be a big deal. It should be. We need to be honing our skills on that. Ms. Dog and I are trying as well. Now, what we grow, we can't eat. We can't survive totally on that, no doubt. But it adds. It helps. It helps out, and we're learning as we go as well. So I think that's important. And then just and being smart about what we put in our bodies. Stock up on seeds, definitely. All right. But I think we're going to see the continued spike in the food prices. And will that lead to civil unrest? It very well could if it just continues. No matter what you do, it just keeps going up, and people are, you're going to see more of the. I believe you're going to see. You could see looting. You could see more shoplifting of that kind of stuff. Instead of TVs, it's I got to eat. And I think that's only going to increase. I really do. I really do. Disruptions in the supply chain. Are we about to see that? With the tariffs and all, we could see that. And I hope things are going to, I think things are going to get better, but it's going to take a while. There's going to be pain. So think about the things that come from China. Think about what you have, what you might be needing, clothes, shoes, your boots, so your footwear, that kind of stuff, toiletries, your hygiene products, your cleaning products, over-the-counter medications. Look at all that stuff. Stock up. I'm looking at the labels. I'm trying to buy North American, if I can, right, on that kind of stuff as much as possible. So look at your stocks of all your provisions of that, and let's make sure we're stocked up well on that, because I think if we could see some, are we going to see big supply chain disruptions? We could. It may not be as like we think, like people are saying, but it could be. So let's stock up extra on that. All right. Hope that makes sense. I'm going to go to a passage here in just a moment, but yeah, I think that I think we just need to keep aware of that stuff, and don't blow your budget. That's another thing I wanted to mention is, a lot of people are saying, and hey, I totally get it. They're like, dog, I'm on a budget here. It's not like I can go wild with all this prepping and get this and that and the hydrator, the dehydrator and all this stuff and all this equipment. No, don't bust your budget. Stock up your canned stuff, your seeds. Grow from seeds. It doesn't cost as much. And just do a little as you can, as you're able. It does stack up pretty quickly. That's how we started out. Just a few extra cans every shopping trip. We stocked up on seeds. This dog, we would grow from seeds. So, and then we plant that plant. We've made the plant already. We don't have to spend extra money getting the plant that's already coming out of the soil from wherever. It costs a lot more that way. That's another way to do it. All right, I'm going to go to a passage. We're in Psalm. This is a good one, of course. I think it's encouraging. All right, Psalm 34. Psalm 34, chapter 19, but I might keep reading, because that's what I do sometimes. Psalm 34, starting with verse 19. The afflictions of the righteous are many, but the Lord rescues him from them all. He protects all his bones. Not one of them is broken. Evil will bring death to the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will suffer for their guilt. The Lord redeems the souls of his servants, and none of those who take refuge in him will suffer for their guilt. The afflictions of the righteous are many, but the Lord rescues him from them all. He didn't say he would rescue them from some of them. He said all of them. But the afflictions of the righteous are many. That means that we are not immune. We are going to, trouble, pain is going to find us. It already has, it has been, and it's still going to. We have more pain coming our way in the future in various forms. It is going to happen. All right. Sure as you were born, we're going to experience more of it. Okay. But he has not forgotten us. He has not forsaken us. He sees us through it, and we just have to keep the faith, keep in prayer, keep our walk close with Him, and He will take care of us. He will preserve us, and we will see Him, and we have that promise, we have that hope of everlasting life without the pain. Just keep the faith, y'all. Hope that's helpful. If you like this video, hit the like button. It helps us out. It helps us out. All right. If you think somebody could benefit from this, share it with them. I appreciate that as well. Let's be safe out there. Be careful. Share your thoughts on this. Stay close to Jesus. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.